Hello, and welcome back to Junkyard Mook. I am your host, Junkyard Mook. Alright, as you can see, I still have my 1989 F-150 in the shop here. If you have missed previous videos on this truck here, I will tag the playlist above somewhere, because this will be 4 or 5, I can't remember. In the last video, it ended with me at least wanting this truck to make some noise, and well, the truck didn't want to cooperate. I don't blame it. It didn't have all the right components that wanted to work together. I'm gonna be honest, recently my appendix decided to rebel against me, and I had to get that removed. So I am gonna have a few helping hands today, so I don't hurt myself. But I've got a new starter for this thing, the correct coil and distributor, and a few other little bits and pieces that we needed to get this large puzzle moving. Let's get started. Okay, we got a box of goodies from Holly. Got my coil brackets, harness, and whatnot. While I'm up here getting rid of this coil and this distributor, Isaac is gonna go below my truck. Where'd you go? That's him, that's Isaac. He's gonna go below my truck and replace my starter. I also got a new ignition lock cylinder so that hopefully this truck is a little easier to carry. Are you ready, sir?
No.
Yeah. Ooh. Unfortunately, because I am working up here, we can't lift it, so he's just gonna have to go below and... Are you sure you need your hat?
No.
But you're gonna take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just slide over.
Here, do you need a flashlight? Yeah, you need a flashlight.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna start taking stuff off up here while Isaac works on the starter. Yay, the starter's out!
There you go. Oh.
You're done. Isaac got a brand new starter going in. Ooh. He's gonna get that bolted on. And while he's doing that, I am going to take our spark plug wires off and cut them to the appropriate length and put the new end connections on because they're different on my distributor that Holly sent me. Alright, you hackers, if you haven't made your own spark plug wires, it's actually not that bad. This was the first time I've ever done it, and I'd say I did a pretty good job. So the first thing you'll see me do is cut off the old end, and then use that tool to cut off just the sleeve. Now you've got about 1/2 inch of a wire exposed. You're gonna fold that back so it creates a loop, grab that metal piece, make sure that there's still a gap, and start crimping it down. I use just a small bench vise to crimp mine down. Make sure you don't over crimp it because that will damage it. Now here you'll see me take it out of the tool and I'll give it a few tugs to make sure that it's locked down and not going anywhere. I know you can't see it, but behind that brake clean is dielectric grease. I'm putting it on the head so that it's a little easier to get the boot on. But for me this was the worst part. I tried it both ways, sliding the boot on first and, as you can see here, after. Once you finally do get that boot on, you can clean it up and get that extra grease off of it. And at this point you can test it with a multimeter to make sure you did it right. Ta-da! Spark plug wire. Alright, we're gonna take this distributor out so we can put the correct one in. Come on out. There we go. It's just creeping in the background.
Look at that guy.
Look at him go. He's a little camera shy today.
Yeah, he didn't get to do his hair right.
Bad hair day.
Nice shiny new distributor. So this is a HyperSpark distributor from Holly. This is going to allow the ECU to control our ignition timing. Oh, looky there! Now you will need an adapter so that the distributor can plug into the harness. And if you run this exact setup, you'll need a coil and a coil driver. So here we go. Now I just needed the cap. Where did I put that? There it is. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Now just the distributor hold down and hopefully good to go. Look at how much prettier this coil is. It's very bright. We're gonna replace that. We're gonna replace the MSD Blaster SS with the MSD Blaster 2.
This might be the special smoke edition.
If you remember from the last episode.
This might just need to go in the trash can.
Yeah.
Oopies.
It is still slightly connected, but I couldn't reach it.
We got a whole bunch of wiring we gotta do. Oh, there you go.
Yay!
The best tool ever.
So we're actually gonna mount my coil right there, so it's upright and against metal, and my coil wire will reach it.
And all of our positive wires are right here, so it's actually
Yeah.
less wiring. Sweet.
I did originally set it right here, but these are plastic.
Yeah, we had that one sitting over there because I was just hot wiring everything in the last video. The harder part though is the fact that I had to pick up wherever I left off and then remember what all I was doing because it's been like a month. Mook had surgery.
I did. That's why I'm having a little more help in this video.
And why it's been so long.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what happened? Your stink gland went bad and they had
Well-
to remove it.
No, my appendix decided that it was just done with me, so had to get that out of there.
Stink gland. Probably stunk. I mean,
God.
statistically speaking.
Anywho, let's get my coil mounted on there. Alright, so my new bed bolts came in. We just got the clips on the frame down below. Now I'm just getting these washers on here. Kevin!
Realize.
Relays?
If you can't tell by the state of my hair and the fact that it looked deranged, I'm wiring everything under hood right now to include ignition, all of our prior set, just everything that's left to finish all the wiring. I'm taking this relay apart for the fuel pump and I'm wondering why the heck there's like sawdust falling out of it. I've never seen a relay full of rust before. So I guess besides the contacts wearing out, this is an option as well, because they'll just rust up. Okay, well, get a new one of them. Oh, she's stealing.
Too thick.
Gib, here, take. Talk to the peoples.
No! Hi, pupils. Here you go.
Yo.
I love it when you sing, Kevin.
Thank you. What you doing?
I am replacing my ignition lock cylinder here in hopes that it solves a problem. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna see. If you don't remember from the last video, this is getting really stiff and hard to crank. So I'm gonna see if this fixes it. If not, I'm just gonna cry. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe I have to twist this into on right there, and then there should be a pin. Ah! I'm throwing my tools. There should be this pin that I have to press in, and then it'll release this from the what is this called? Steering wheel column? From the that. So let's see if I can do this. I felt it get looser. Ta-da!
Is that the problem?
Does
What else
this
we could do? Oh,
need
actually,
cleaned and greased at all?
that's a good point. We can throw something down in there. Here, use this small screwdriver
Oh, that's tiny. That's not gonna work.
and roll it back to off. Is that still hard to turn?
It's not turning at all.
Try it to go to start.
So, stop it. What do you have to say for yourself? Excuse you.
Ta-da.
And that you'll stop and never do it again. So what Kevin has here is my old ignition lock cylinder, and I was not assuming that this was 100% going to be the fix. I just looked into a lot of forums and was like, hey, if you're having this problem, try this first. And I was like, it's $10, I'll try it. If it doesn't fix it, I've got a shiny new lock cylinder.
May actually be, I don't know. It doesn't turn well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll throw some I don't know what to put down there because it's got like a bunch of really tacky, sticky grease, which I'd like to like evaporate out, which is pretty clean. But probably some PB Blaster, WD-40. I don't know. This is one of the tricky ones.
Dad.
I needed a dollop.
Either of our dads.
I say we just dump Bush Light in it.
No, absolutely not. Oh.
What?
I tried to get a tiny little like twig out of here, and now it's forever in my door.
Why'd you do that?
I'm gonna have a rattly door.
Got some PB Blaster in the hole. That was what we decided on for sauce.
Now I gotta get that pinned. There we go.
Does it work? It's still sticky, so it's all the rest of the internals as well. Is your key in all the way? Work it back and forth a few times. Maybe the PB Blaster will do something. Well, the good news is we'll just have to clean everything up, but you can keep your original key probably, so you don't have to change your door keys or carry 3 keys.
Your door key.
What?
And this is when I said I would cry, so if you would excuse me.
I think you're breaking it.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke it.
It's gone. Off with your head. There's some wires in here.
Yeah?
Yeah. And a speaker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does this have cruise buttons on it?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little more than the horn button to disconnect then.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, dog. Anyway, so...
Is that what you're saying, dog?
Yeah. So, my new lock cylinder didn't fix all my problems. Which I half expected. But we're gonna dig a little deeper and try to figure it out. I'm guessing it's actually... I don't know the name of this part or anything. I'm guessing it's actually what that paddle sticks into on the end of the lock cylinder and twists.
Everything's all gummed up or worn
Yeah.
down. Supposedly this truck has like 200,000 miles on it or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, the odometer says 57,000, so it's at least 157.
Yeah.
But Nick at one point told me it might have rolled over twice, but they don't know.
It's
so nice.
Yeah. If not 57. This honestly looks like 57,000 in here.
Yeah. But he knows it's not because he saw it roll over once.
And I think the paperwork goes above 100. So, anywho.
It knew. This is the paperwork right there, actually. And we read the whole thing. Actually, that just keeps my dash from squeaking while I'm driving. Okay.
Steering wheel puller time.
Right into my face. Oh! I'm gonna put this in my bolster. Can't lose the steering wheel.
Now we gotta play with that.
There's a lot of crap in here. There's just little flecks of dirt and whatnot. Nothing alarming.
It's Isaac.
Here. Where? Oh!
I got the bolt.
Here.
Hi.
And now, a quick word from this video's sponsor, Dave.com. With the holidays around the corner, you may be wondering how you're going to make ends meet and shower your loved ones with gifts. Dave can help you get out of a pinch so you can enjoy the holiday season. Dave is the banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. And with Dave, there is no interest, late fees, or credit checks. That's more money for those last-minute gifts or to catch up on bills without having to wait for your next paycheck. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. Download Dave today at dave.com/mook. That's dave.com/mook. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve Bank and Trust. Member of FDIC. Alright, let's get back to the video.
I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly what I'm getting into right now. But that is sticky. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna tear this apart and clean it and see if that helps. All right, I've got the lock actuator thing. I don't know. This is the thing that always breaks. Apparently, they break right about here. But if you look closely, you may notice that it's a little bent. I don't know what to do now. But if it's out of square, it would make sense that it's going to bind in its bore. And I can see there's a lot of material that's been rubbed off there. There's the parking pawl in there that's been hitting stuff. So I'll play with this, but I think this is our problem. Not that. Oh man. Okay. It may actually be the ignition switch down there. That is pretty difficult as well. Let's see if I can take that off. That'll be fun. All right, been a couple minutes. I've been going around with a can of brake clean and a rag, and in the key, the roller assembly here, the switch itself for the back that rod runs, and this piece, I've taken all the grease out, and as you can see, that will like fall down on its own. Now I also straightened this. I took it over to the bench and straightened it with a straight edge and a hammer very, very gently. But that's 1,000 times better. Our switch works a lot better. Our key started working just fine again. So I've got one more piece there to clean up and then decide the right kind of grease or lubrication to use in here so that it doesn't do this again in 2 years, and then reassemble it. All right, Mook should be back from her doctor's appointment soon, but either way, I've got our ignition all wrapped up. I was able to use the original key, got everything cleaned up. It moves like new. Straightened out that rod, cleaned all the grease out of everything, got some white lithium grease in there. Figured if that's good enough for engine assembly, it's good enough for a key, and we'll see how that holds up over time. I guess you'll just have to subscribe to Mook's channel to find out. Sweet. Let's put her back together. Hi Mook, you're back.
Hi.
I mounted your ECU control screen thingy.
Wow.
And it's removable. We gotta coil up all the wire yet, but we'll get there.
Looks very different in here.
I know.
You didn't clean up the mess?
We cleaned. It was way worse. I'll tell you that.
I'm kidding.
Right, turn that key, Mook. See how it be.
I can actually move it.
It's effortless.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What was it? The piece right
Nothing
behind?
in particular. Just every single component needed cleaned or a little straightening. So that's actually still your old key.
Hello.
So you get to keep your keys. You didn't change a damn thing.
Oh my gosh.
Just cleaned it all with brake clean, burn all the old grease out, and then put some white lithium on it all.
See, that was another theory in the forums, but I was like sitting in bed recovering from surgery, and so I'm like, I'll just order it just in case. It was only $10, so.
I never did install your radio the rest of the way. That was the other thing I was gonna do.
How am I supposed to be jamming?
Well, I mean, it still works.
No. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you.
We need to get a key on 12-volt wired to the coil and get these wires tucked away, and then we're ready to see if this thing runs again.
I'm excited.
I may look like a deranged maniac right now, but that's because I went full wizard and wired the whole truck. And with the exception of this screen right here, and if you drop down the glove box, a little CAN bus adapter right there for a computer, you would have absolutely no idea that there is a terminator system in this truck. You can't see a single wire, you can't see the ECU, it's all tucked up nice under there. That is one hell of a clean install if you ask me.
It is.
It's also able to fix the key and the gear selector thingy.
That works now?
Yeah, the little casing that the tiny wire goes through broke, so it was getting like, instead of going down the casing, you put it back in park, the wire would stand up and then slowly go into place. So right here, there's a little plastic casing you can try to glue back together. I don't think I honestly glued it back together, but for some reason, I don't know if you can see it, but that works perfect now. So the sucker's good to go, minus the radio still sticking out.
Well, thanks for working on that while I was gone.
No problemo. Want to see if it runs?
Yeah.
We got to run back through our wizard and change our ignition settings and then do a couple preliminary tests, and we'll see if she fires. All right. Should be ready to see if this thing fires. Prime shot. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Firing.
It's trying this time. It's actually hitting the engine with fuel, which is not something it did last time. Let's see. Try that.
Firing.
Try that.
My ears are ringing.
Yeah.
Mine too.
There was a fireball!
There was like 6.
Yeah.
Our timing, our plugs were off. One,
Yeah, she's a little smoky.
Look up there.
our distributor's off a tooth, so I just need to get the old timing light out. I'm sure there's a standard. I forgot to read it, but I'm sure there's like a set it to 10 and it handles it from there. Okay.
I'm so excited.
I think our problem last time was the computer couldn't see RPM. Like this time it was hitting it with fuel until it started. So that was probably a wiring issue on my part. Well, Mook, let's figure out how to set your initial timing and go from there.
Alright.
Where's the instruction books?
You don't need instructions.
I need instructions. All right, Mook's gonna fire this up, and then in the wizard, let's lock our timing to 15 degrees. Then I'm gonna move our distributor to match that 15 degrees, and she will clear that and unlock the timing so that the computer can control our ignition again, and it should run a little better. On top of that, it'll be deafening the whole time, so we'll have no idea if it's even running bad, because I can't hear anything. All right, go ahead, Mook.
Firing.
All right, I don't know why it's running like it's got a hog-ass cam. Sounds like we got a dead cylinder or something we gotta figure out yet, but this is set now, so that's good. Our belt is very loud. Sounds like a supercharger.
I think the whole engine's pretty loud.
But something's like, "Whee!"
I heard that.
I think it's the belt. We got a plug wire backwards somewhere because it's chopping like crazy, and then I rev it and it backfires out the back left. So it's one of these guys probably. We'll see what we can find. So it smells terrible in here. It smells like raw fuel, and I got this high-pitched whistle noise. Well, suddenly, I probably don't have to yell.
No.
Suddenly I remembered, I was like, I've heard that noise before. It was on the Cadillac when it had a broken carburetor base. And sure as shit, we never tightened the throttle body bolts. I tightened one of them and it like immediately started running better. So let's tighten the rest of them and see if it quits smelling so lean in here. And see if it actually wants to idle and not sound like it's got a nasty cam. Which is pretty cool, but...
Oopies!
Fire it!
Firing!
I bet that helps a lot.
Hello, welcome to my TED Talk. It's gonna suck.
We'll keep playing with this and we'll be back when we get her dialed in.
Well, it's taken a little bit. We had to play with our, not transfer slot, our blade angle, I guess.
The throttle blades?
And reconfirm our timing a couple times, but she's finally idling smooth around. I just saw 700 for a second there.
Yeah.
We're in the 700s.
It's finally not 1200.
Yeah. Once she comes up to 161, it should open learn and
There.
smooth out even more.
Congrats, you got 3 degrees.
I was just seeming to clear up. Watch this, this is cool.
Up to temp.
We're up to temp. Let's see if she really smooths out now.
Ooh, it got real
It's gonna get a little goofy until it figures it out. It takes a good bit of driving for this thing to learn. One thing to note, all the Holley systems only learn fuel tables. They do not learn ignition tables. So you have to go in and still do all of your ignition tables, and like you can change, there's digital accelerator pump shops and stuff like that that help you with fuel and subsidiary settings, and there's 1,000 buttons. But it's running. Not bad either. Your horn work? Okay, good. Good, 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 good.
Okay, so you guys are gonna see this funny looking bracket back here.
Well, this is a bracket that holds both our throttle cable and our TV cable. And the TV cable controls the pressure inside the transmission and tells it when to shift. Instead of using a vacuum actuated or a vacuum accumulator like older automatic trans, this has a cable driven shift mechanism ordeal thing. To get this bracket onto the stealth throttle body, we had to cut this tab off. It was over here, and I relocated him over here, and now he bolts on just fine. I've got the TV cable in. As you can see, it doesn't reach, so I need to figure out how to adjust this properly and get everything set up so it does reach, and so that we're at the right tension, and then we can put our throttle cable in. There's a Holley part number for this. We bought a different kit from Sonax, I believe.
I bought this kit.
And it does not fit Holley. So yeah, just don't buy that kit. I believe the one you get from Holley will still also not fit. You'll have to cut this and move it regardless. But the Sonax thing has a piece that goes up here that's supposed to correct the position for this. And that hole is actually already existing in this bracket, and it also doesn't fit the sniper or stealth throttle body brackets. So just throw these terminals in for your TV link and throttle cable, and then get this part number off Holley. I believe if you search Holley Sniper TV cable bracket, this will come up on Google. So yeah, I need to figure out. There's something to do with a thing back here. Then this goes wee, and then does that. I don't know. I've never messed with an AOD simply for this reason, because I'm scared of TV cables. Because there's a lot of hullabaloo around the fact that if you don't get them right, everything blows up. I'm not about that. So yeah, we'll play with this for a little while.
Better not blow up. I just added
You telling
transmission fluid to this. It'd be all for nothing.
Yeah, that's the loss.
Yeah, that's the only loss here. Oh.
That's what the problem is.
I'm gonna move this out of your way,
That would be great.
even though you put it there.
That was an adventure, to say the least. I ended up having to cut this tab off, move it, make this washer thing to hold that guy in there. The TV cable's hooked up, and there's 1,000 videos online of 1,000 different ways to do it. One old guy seemed pretty smart. I liked his words. And he said in the factory they just went yeet, click, so that there was no tension on it or slack. It was set in a neutral position, and 9 times out of 10 that'll do. I have no idea. That's not what I'm saying to do. This might blow up in 3 miles. We'll find out. I do know that there's something to do with put it in neutral, put a gauge on the side of the trans, test for 35 psi. If it shifts too late, you turn the cable one way. Shifts too early, you go the other way. Just look it up. I am not gonna tell anyone how to do it because there's a chance that's wrong.
That's scary.
Yeah. Anyway,
Rest in peace, transmission.
it's hooked up now, so that's what really matters. And your brake boosters are hooked up. Mm-hmm. None of the other vacuum lines are though, because guess what? They have nowhere to go.
I ain't got a tree.
You ain't got a tree, and that intake has not a single vacuum port in the runners.
Alright, we're gonna fire this up, see if it moves. At the very least, move it outside so Kevin can keep working on his project. And tomorrow, this truck is getting an exhaust system.
Shall we?
Yep.
Cap it off.
I love that black air cleaner.
Yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good looking engine bay.
Thanks.
Alright, Mook. Get this thing off. See if it pulls out of here.
I'm a little scared, not gonna lie, but I'm ready.
It'll be fine. Oh, big sad. Drove 50 whole feet and spun one tire.
That's a start.
Seems a lot more peppy than it used to be, that's for sure.
I'm so excited to drive this thing. It needs new tires because these are still the tires that I bought it with. But I am going to buy those in the spring because I'm not going to let this thing see salt. It's too perfect.
You don't want to sit on new tires all winter?
Nope.
To the exhaust shop?
They'll hear me coming.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I got my flow masters right here and reducers. So we're set.
Morning, Mook.
Morning. We're at the exhaust shop. I'm picking up my truck after we got exhaust on it.
Look at that. You should fire it up so we can hear it. Let's see the results, Mook. Do it again. That is good sounding.
Yes.
It runs better too now. It's got more flu on it after that O2 sensor. Did you tell the good people what kind of mufflers you put on there for anyone who's curious?
I got Delta Flow 40s.
Flowmaster Delta Flow 40s?
Yeah, a lot of flow.
I like those.
Alright.
Let's get some more trans fluid in and get her home, eh?
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna get this truck out of here. Hang on, guys. Oh my gosh, all these cars are just perfectly spaced. Okay, clear right. God. Right, go, 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 go. Come on. Woo! Oh! You guys! Are you okay? Well, this thing runs a lot better. I don't know if you can hear me, my microphone fell off. My door shut? I don't know if my door's shut. My door's not shut. That was beautiful. Man, I'm so excited to drive this thing. A little bouncy. This is so awesome. I can't wait to daily this truck again. Is that pinging? Hang on. Coming to a stop. Okay, you mooksters, I got a real quick interruption for you guys. You may notice I'm not at the shop, I'm not at our house, but I am at a pet store. And you might be asking me, Mook, why are you at a pet store? You work on cars. Well, some of you guys may remember I volunteer for a foundation that helps animal shelters, animal rescues, sanctuaries, all that good stuff. And today I found out that our local animal shelter here in Ames has a second hoarding case of cats. They were already above capacity before this second case, and now they need help feeding and gathering supplies for these animals. And so I am going to personally donate some bags of food, litter, and cat toys and whatnot. But the Lexi's Legacy Foundation that I volunteer for has agreed to match up to $1,000 in donations. If you guys would like to donate, all of this money is going to the Ames Animal Shelter to help them buy whatever food and supplies that they need for these cats. I would also like to add that my viewers have raised over $10,000 in the last 2 years. That is just insanely generous, and I'm just so thankful for you guys. So here's a giant thank you to all my viewers out there who have donated to this cause. I will leave a link to the Lexi's Legacy Foundation website in the description below if you would like to donate. And if you do donate, make sure you let them know that Mook sent you. Alright, I'm gonna run into the store quick. Tripod. Okay. Now to the shelter. Alright, that's gonna do it for this episode of Junkyard Mook. Thank you so much for watching, and I also appreciate your patience in this episode. I was very low energy and still recovering from surgery, so thank you for your understanding, and know that the next episodes will be different. I've got my energy back, I'm completely healed now, so I'm ready to get back to it. With that being said, this truck is just about ready to be driven daily again. I am going to put new tires on it. I'm going to wait for the spring though, because I'm storing it over the winter. I cannot expose this beautiful truck to salt. I just can't do it. So it's going into cold storage for the winter. In the spring, I'll bring it out, and that's when I'll put brand new tires on it, so it's not sitting and getting flat spots on brand new expensive tires. But now that this truck is done and out of the shop, it means I have more room and time for other projects. Can you take a guess as to which ones those are? That's right, the Burnt Nova and Booger truck will be coming back very soon. I'm eager to work on both of them. eager to get back to the shop and everything. But again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Junkyard Mook. Goodbye!